Aloha students, and welcome to MBA610 Introduction to Managerial Accounting. I'm Professor Richard Keto, and I'll be your professor this term. What we're going to do in this first recording is go over the course syllabus, the course schedule, and go over the ECollege site for this course. Okay, so first, the course syllabus. By the way, the course syllabus is posted on ECollege, and when we get to that section, I'll show you how to access that and download it if you want. Okay, so going through the syllabus, the main things are, I guess, the textbook, Managerial Accounting: A Business Perspective, 9th edition. It's an online e-textbook. Instructions for accessing the website is on eCollege as well, and I'll talk about that when we get to that section. It's like I indicated, a e-textbook, so it's online. However, there are options to purchase hard copy of the textbooks if you are the type that wants to get a hard copy. And if you go to the textbookmedia.com site and type in this textbook, it'll give you some options as to the delivery format for the textbook. Okay, you don't need to have a hard copy of the textbook. If you don't mind reading the textbook online, you can do so. And we'll, as I said, we'll get to that later. You'll also need for this course a financial calculator. So you'll need an HP 12C financial calculator, or so you can actually get the physical HP 12C financial calculator, or if you've got a smartphone, there are apps that emulate the HP 12C financial calculator. They're very inexpensive. I believe the Android phone versions are free. I think you have to go through some ads though to get to use it. For the iPhones, there are apps that are $5.99. By the way, don't get the official HP 12C app. Those cost $12.99. A emulators, one that costs $5.99 or less, are just as good. So don't get the official HP app, get one of the, not fake ones, but one of the copycat ones. Okay. We will be using the financial calculator sometime later in the term. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th week, so you don't need to get it right away. Okay, you can see my contact information there. The best way to get a hold of me is email. Don't try to call me, email me through my Chaminade email address. And as I indicated in the email that I sent to you folks, when I contact you guys, it's easier for me to use your Chaminade student email address. So that's what I'm going to use. So make sure that you check that Chaminade student email frequently, or forward the Chaminade email to your normal regular email that you use all the time. Okay, but make sure you periodically check your Chaminade student email. Okay. You can read the course description and the objectives yourself. Notice though the thing that is in bold there under course objectives. I'll go through a course recommended study schedule later on, but I'm giving you work with the expectation that you're going to spend 15 to 20 hours a week on this course. Some weeks it'll be more than that. Again, this is an average. Some people will spend less than that. Some people will actually have to spend more time than that in order to succeed and really learn what you need to learn in this course. Okay, so just be aware that there is a significant time commitment for this course. This is an online course, and online courses puts much of the burden on you guys to do the work, more so than a traditional face-to-face class. The expectation is that you're going to spend more time in this course than a traditional face-to-face class setting would. One of the things I like about online classes is it's not limited to class time. So there's no restrictions on how much time I can require of you. So I can make you do more work because we've got more time and we're not limited by the hours of a class time. So many instructors like online because we can get into more things and have you learn more stuff because we can expect you to spend more hours than you would in a traditional class. So just be aware, online classes, they're done right, you will spend much more time than a face-to-face class. Okay, so just be prepared for that. Let's see, I'll go through the details of all this stuff. Read these, but I'll go through the details of what's listed here under course delivery later. Okay, grading and assignments. Grades, you can see there's a total of 398 points, comprised of 5 different assignment elements, I guess, of the grading, and I'll go through each one of these in a second. You can see the letter grades, the number of points necessary to get appropriate letter grades, and remember that you need to have an A or a B to pass this course. A C or below for graduate courses are not acceptable. So you'd have to retake the course if you get below a B. Okay, so let's get into some of these assignments. Homework. Okay, when we go through the course schedule, you'll see the list of homework assignments that need to be done and turned in. Each chapter's Or let me look. Yeah, each chapter's homework assignments are worth 5 points each. And when we see the course schedule, you'll see what the due dates are for each of those homework assignments. And if you turn in your homework late, it will be discounted accordingly. You need to turn in the homework via the dropbox in ECollege. And again, when we go through the ECollege, we'll look at that. The format of the files that are accepted by the Dropbox are Microsoft Word, Excel, or a PDF format. So if you like to handwrite your assignments, and for accounting that is very appropriate, a lot of people like to just handwrite their assignments, you can do that, but just scan it and save it as a PDF file. Then you can submit the PDF file into the Dropbox. So you don't have to retype all of your assignments if you handwrite them into Word or Excel. Just go ahead and just scan and save it as a PDF file. Okay, and I would say almost all students actually prefer to handwrite their homework assignments and then PDF it for submission. Okay. And again, I'll talk about the due dates for the homework when we go through the course schedule. Okay, on the pages indicated here, there are these things called comprehensive problems. Comprehensive problems are like it's like a continuing problem. They're a little bit more extensive than the homework assignments. I'm estimating it probably takes 1 to 2 hours for each chapter's comprehensive problem. You can see the different problems there. These problems, comprehensive problems, these are all due all at one time at the end of the term. Okay, so don't turn them in as you do them week to week. Accumulate them all, put them in a single file. So again, either Word, Excel, or a PDF file. So have one file that you submit into the Dropbox at the end of the term. And again, we'll look at the due date for that in the course schedule. Okay, but make it sure it's one file, okay, with all of these problems, and then submit that in total into the Dropbox of ECollege. Yeah, these are worth 3 points for each one of these. That's a total of 24 points. Zoom quizzes. As you'll see, all of the lectures are going to be recorded and saved in, well, the software that we use to record lectures is called Zoom. Zoom.us is the URL for that, for Zoom. It's kind of similar to GoToMeeting. It's a way to record and then show a screenshot, okay, while I'm talking, basically. So there will be access instructions for the Zoom lectures in eCollege. Again, we'll look at that when we go to eCollege. Okay. So each Zoom recording, so each lecture is about an hour long for each chapter, sometimes less, usually not more. Usually it's an hour at the most. Okay. So basically it's the lecture on the chapter, and I go through the Zoom quiz, the Zoom lecture that way. Following you're listening to these lectures in Zoom, and actually what's going to happen is I record them in Zoom and then I upload them to my YouTube channel. So they're actually in YouTube, so you don't have to have any kind of software or anything to access the recordings. As long as you have connectivity to the internet, then you will be able to listen to the recordings through YouTube. So anyway, following you're listening to each chapter's lecture, there's going to be a short quiz that you need to take. Again, the access to those quizzes will be in a tab called Zoom Quizzes on the eCollege webpage. The quizzes are not going to be that complex or detailed. It's mainly just to see if you listen to the recordings. In every single one of the Zoom quizzes, I'm dropping an Easter egg, so something that may not have anything to do with the lecture at all, just a piece of information that you have to listen to the quiz in order to be able to find out the answer to the question when you look at the Zoom quiz. Okay, so it's not anything really difficult, these Zoom quizzes. It's just broad concepts, really big picture kinds of things, except for there's always going to be one interesting fact or something about me that you will know only by listening to the lecture. Okay, and again, it's just a mechanism to make sure that people are listening to the lecture. Okay, there's going to be 2 midterm exams worth 100 points each, as you can see here, and then a final exam, which is worth 100 points as well. These exams, obviously, as this is an online class, will be open book, open notes. Okay. You can access the exams again through a link on eCollege, and as soon as it's made available, you can take it, and you've got 1 week to complete it before they are due. So there's no time limit per se for each exam, other than the fact that you've got a week to do it. So it's an exam where you don't have to take it all at one time. You can stop and then recommence working on the exam later on, so you don't have to set aside a huge block of time in order to take the exam. Okay. After the exams are completed and turned in, and what you're going to do is you're going to, again, turn them into the Dropbox in eCollege, and again in Excel, Word, or PDF format. Okay. After the exams are turned in, then I'll post the the solutions to those. Okay. And I have to figure out how to do that, but probably as a link in ECollege. Okay, and the final exam, as indicated, is cumulative. It covers chapters 1 through 10 and chapter 12. Okay, we are skipping chapter 11 in the textbook and just doing 1 through 10 and chapter 12. Again, it's a take-home exam because it's an online class, so open book, open notes. Okay, but it is cumulative through chapter 1 through 10 and chapter 12. Okay, we'll go over the course schedule in a second. As I indicated here, correspondence between you and I will be done through the CUH email system. Okay, so I know the first email I sent to your personal email addresses, but that was the only time I'm going to do that. Okay, from now on, it's all email will be through your Chaminade student email address. Okay, so I sent an email today just to make sure that you have access to the email system, the Chaminade student email system. So you should have gotten something earlier today from me, and please respond to let me know that you do have access to the Chaminade email. And if I don't hear from you, then I'll get back to you to make sure that you do have access. And then, as I indicated, access to the textbook, the instructions are posted in ECollege. Okay, so that's the course syllabus. I have used this several times. So I don't think there should be any questions on it. Okay, but again, this is posted in ECollege. And when we look at it, you'll see it on the left-hand side under a tab called Course Syllabus. Okay. Okay, the next thing I want to go through is, and let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Okay, I'm going to, excuse me, just gonna, okay. Okay, this is the course schedule. And notice I have each week the topic you're going to be looking at that week, and then the assignments. Note that these assignments are all due after this week. So, for example, listening to introduction recording, you're going to be doing during the week, I guess. Listening to chapters 1 through 3 lecture recordings, you'll also be doing during the week. You'll take the Zoom quiz. There's one for the introduction, and then there's one for chapters 1 through 3. So there's one quiz for those 3 chapters there. And then you see a bunch of exercises from chapters 2 and 3. Those are to be done and turned in by October 11th, which is the Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so homework is always due on Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. So before midnight of Sunday night. Okay, so again, you can see all the different things you're going to be doing during the week, and then the homework assignments that are due, and the due date are indicated there. Notice the first exam covers chapters 1 through 5, and that is going to be distributed on October 19th. And you have a week essentially to do it, Monday through Sunday, because October 25th is a Sunday. So you got about a week to do the exam. Okay. And second exam is going to be on the week of November 23rd, covering chapters 6 through 10. And again, you're given about a week to do that one. And then finally, December 7th, I'm distributing the final exam, And again, you have a week to complete that. So the final exam and the packet of comprehensive problems are due 11:59 p.m. on December 13th. Okay, so that's the course schedule. Again, it indicating which homework assignments. So these exercises are at the end of the chapter, and make sure you do the exercises and not the problems. Okay, and so that's the course schedule. Okay, I wanted to share with you also, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so I wanted to share with you suggested study schedule, what you need to do every week. So first you have to read the chapter. So each chapter should take you about an hour or so. Could take longer depending on how detailed or you want to get into the reading. And there's 1 or 2 chapters per week that I'm assigning. This week, I'm assigning 3 chapters because the first chapter is really very easy and it's just broad concept kind of stuff, terminology and concepts. But most weeks it's 1 to 2 chapters, so 1 to 2 hours reading. After you've read the chapter, then review the lecture recordings. Again, about an hour per chapter, so a total of 1 to 2 hours. Then you're going to do the homework assignments. This is where it really varies by individual student. I'm estimating that it should take 2 hours or so to do each chapter's homework. And again, this is kind of an average. Most people will take less than that. Some people will actually spend more time than that on the homework. So you're going to spend about 2 to 6 hours per week on homework. After the date that you've turned in the homework, I'm going to post written solutions to the homework, and that'll be in a tab in ECollege, so you can look at the written solution. Again, this is a rough estimate, couple hours per chapter to review the written homework. You're comparing the solutions to your homework assignments that you've submitted, okay, to see what you got right and what you got wrong. In addition to the written homework solution, I'm going to have a lecture, a recorded lecture, going over the homework solutions, okay? And that, again, will take a couple hours per chapter. The homework solutions, again, will be recorded through Zoom and will be posted to my YouTube channel. And when we get to the ECollege site, I'll show you where to go to see where the URL is for each particular homework. Then the comprehensive problems, I'm suggesting that you do it as we go through the chapters and not wait until the end to do them all, even though they're all due at the end of the term. And that should take you a couple of hours per chapter. And again, because we have 1 to 2 chapters, that's 2 to 4 hours a week. So the total weekly time that you should be spending in this class is 10 to 22 hours, again, per week, depending on the week. On exam weeks, you don't have a lot of the written assignments and the homework, but you do have to do the exam. The exams are pretty lengthy, and it may take you up to 10 hours to do each exam. Okay, so again, plan on spending 10 to 22 hours per week on this course. Okay. Okay, let's look now at, and let me see if I can find it. Okay, let's take a look now at ECollege. This is the ECollege page for this course. So when you first go into ECollege, it should have a list of the courses that you are taking that use ECollege. This may be the only course listed, so just click on that. But the key things to remember are, first, on the left side here, all of these links. Here's where you have access to the course syllabus. Okay, that's up on the screen now. The course schedule, if you click that, that'll show you the course schedule and all the assignments that are due. Homework solutions. So for each chapter, once the due date is passed for submitting the assignment, I open up these solutions, and then you can see the written solution. Don't forget, you also will be listening to the homework solution lecture as well. Okay. Don't worry about anything else. Okay, the exams, I'll have a tab here on the left-hand side. I have one for final exam, but I'll also have one for the other 2 exams. So when you click that, and it'll take you to the exam, your exam. The Zoom session quizzes. Okay, I have to add the introduction one, but here's where you access the quizzes. They are Excel quizzes, so all you have to do is, I guess, just fill in the blank for the proper answers. And all the Zoom quizzes, by the way, are multiple choice. Okay, so just put in the correct letter for each of the questions. There's usually about 3 or 4 questions. And then just save that Excel file and then submit that into the Dropbox up here. Okay. Textbook access. Here's the instructions on accessing the textbook. A typical managerial accounting textbook is about $250 to $300 now. The textbook that I've chosen here, the online textbook, costs about $20. So it saves a lot of money. I don't like to see students spend $300 on a textbook that they may not use again. So that's why I chose this online version. Again, it's 20 bucks. Here, notice that there's some other options. You can get an online textbook that has the ability to print. So it's a PDF file that you can print. You can get that for 30 bucks. You can get a paperback copy of the book and an e-textbook together as a bundle for 52 bucks. And if you want a loose leaf copy of the textbook, so that's like a 3-ring binder kind of thing. So they give you the pages, you have to supply your own 3-ring binder and just put it into that binder. That's 42. Again, up to you which of these options you want, depending on what your preference as far as textbooks are concerned. You can also order the same e-textbook through Chegg, so www.chegg.com, and for a little bit more, $24.95, you can access the textbook on your tablet or smartphone. The textbookmedia.com up here, the $19.95, you can only access that through a desktop or a laptop, okay, not a mobile device. But if you go to Chegg.com and pay $5 more, you can then access the textbook on your tablet or your phone. So if you prefer that, use that option. Okay. But anyway, those instructions are listed here in ECollege on the left-hand side. Access to the Zoom chapter lectures will be there as well. So for each chapter, I'll have the URL to go to the appropriate YouTube page to access the lectures. And then down here, access to the homework review. So this going over the solutions, I'll have the access instructions there as well. So I'll give you the URL to access that. Okay. Notice up at the top, the things that I use are going to be the Dropbox. If you click that, the Dropbox is where you upload your homework, comprehensive problems in your Zoom quizzes. Okay, so notice that there's one of those for each one of those. Okay. The grade book, I will be using the grade book, and I hopefully can keep it up to date. Okay, so um, when you access the grade book, you're not going to be able to see everybody's grade like I can here. You only be able to see your own grades, but at least that way you can keep track of your progress in the course. And again, I'm going to try my best to make sure that it's kept as current as possible. Other than the gradebook and the Dropbox, I'm not going to use any of the other tools up here. If I do, I'll let you know. Okay. Again, this email here, do not use this email because we're not using the ECollege email systems. Could only use the Chaminade email system. Okay. Okay, so that's, I guess, the administrative part of the course. If you have it, and I'm waiting for the syllabus to come up. Okay, feel free to email me. There's my email address there. And ask me any questions, or if you need clarification on stuff, just email me. My office hours for this class are obviously by appointment. So I don't have a set time. Just let me know if you do want to meet either in person, or we can do it virtually, probably through that Zoom software or Skype or something like that. So let me know if you do want to talk. Notice that there is no live component to this course. So there's no synchronous where we all get together. It's all asynchronous, so it's all on your own time. There's no requirement for all of us to be together online at any particular time. Okay. I guess that's it. So I will get the chapters 1 through 3 lectures on sometime either tonight or tomorrow. So you can listen to those as well. Okay. So anyway, welcome to the course. Hope you learn a lot. I would say I hope you have fun, but nobody has fun in accounting. So I just hope you learn a lot. Okay. Okay, with that, oh yeah, by the way, as I indicated, every time we have to have a Zoom quiz, I'm going to insert some Easter egg, some random meaningless fact into the lecture. So for this lecture, I will say that my favorite food is sushi. Okay, with that, aloha everybody. Look forward to working with you guys throughout the term. Okay, bye.